Hey everyone, you want to know how to be more assertive and ask for what you want? Well, this is the right video for you because I'm going to give you 7 steps on how to be assertive and ask for what you want. And I'm doing this video because I've actually used these 7 steps to get what I wanted. And oftentimes, a lot of people want more opportunity, especially in the workplace, but they don't know how to go about it. And so this video will help you, give you the 7 steps on how to become more assertive. First step, have a proposal. And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to have something formally written down. You have to have some type of organization to it. When you ask, it has to be cohesive. So having a proposal or writing down some plan, that will put you miles ahead of everyone else, because oftentimes what happens is you go and you meet with the training officer or you meet with your supervisor and you have one thing and you mention it one time and it's okay, but having something written down, some talking points, which I call a proposal, is a very easy way to do that. And in this proposal, you have to answer this question: how will they recoup their return on investment if they give you money, resources, time off, anything? You have to think of it in terms of ROI, or return on investment. So for my example, I wanted an additional training class, and I wrote a justification on why I should be granted it. I did the market research, the job outlook, the salary information, but I answered the question: how would they recoup their return on investment when they give me the money? So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is always have a rebuttal or backup plan response. Things rarely go the way you want them to go. They rarely approve it the first time, especially if it's money. They're going to ask you questions. So it's imperative to keep the rebuttal to be ready, but also having a prepared response removes the anger and emotions. And a lot of people have ruined their careers by seeing the email and getting Twitter fingers and just responding in the moment. So just having some type of canned response or some type of prepared response in case they come back with either more questions or an outright denial, that will help you in the career management territory, because many people have derailed their careers because they've given an emotional response to a denial email or an email for follow-up. Number 3, have patience. Remember, when you're requesting things, especially from an organization, there's a process, especially as I mentioned before. When you're asking for something, they have to trust but verify. They're going to inspect, they're going to review your request, and they're probably going to put it under a microscope, but that's okay. At least it's getting submitted. Number 4, periodically check up. And the phrase, the key word is periodically, meaning don't be a pest and don't email them every single day. In my situation, I email the training officer every 2 weeks. You can also do weekly, but give them 3 to 5 business days at least to see if there's any traction or if your response changed. Also, it's just giving them a space. So when I contacted them every 2 weeks, it lets them know that, okay, there should be some movement after 14 days. The next one, number 5, is prepare to have, prepare your patience during the wait. And in my total from beginning to end of training requests was 5 months. And during that time, I found some subject-related YouTube video channels. I looked at some study guidebooks, and I enrolled in a class. I was productive and I was preparing for the opportunity. Also, the closer that I've gotten to the approval, the more serious I become, because it became more concrete. So yes, you have to have patience. Number 6, have a post-training or post-receipt approval action plan. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes you're so busy waiting and you feel like you're in suspended animation waiting for the request to go through for the resources or the money, that you've forgotten why you submitted a request and what you were going to do with it. So this approval plan, like once you get the money, it helps you recenter yourself and hit the ground running. So the two questions for this step are, what are you going to do when you receive the money, and how are you going to act when you receive the money? And the first one, what are you going to do, is easy. You're going to take the class. But how are you going to act? I was appreciative to receive the request, but I saw how I was going to act. I viewed it as a stepping stone to bigger and better opportunities to help the organization become a better professional. And that's also something that you can implement in step one of having a plan and having the proposal. And the bonus tip is, when you ask for more resources or something that's beyond what's allotted by a department, you're going to have additional scrutiny. So you have to be extremely certain. And this isn't the time to like screw up and not follow through and not execute, because this is also when you're asking for additional resources, additional money, more than what's allotted. There's going to be an extra microscope, and they want a performance, they want a return on investment. Therefore, it's important that you execute and you do not squander this opportunity. Number 7, have an after action plan, because there's more to life, and there's life after completing, you know, whatever training you get, whatever resource you spent. So having this after action plan puts things in the proper perspective. And the question that you should answer for this one is, how will you incorporate the new training resource into your work life? How do you see your work life being different upon completing the training or credential process? What type of transformation, like if you're currently in middle management and you take this course, would the transformation be that you're qualified for upper management, that you're qualified to go from supervisor to manager? It has to be quantifiable. So you have to see yourself not just with the new resource or the new training or the new money. How do you see your life changing? Remember, it's return on investment for them, but they're not going to give you the same amount of money if they're going to get the same person, the same resource, because they could get that for free. But that's the two questions that I would answer in the after action plan. There's going to be a change. There's going to be a transformation and metamorphosis. How do you do this? And then I also have an additional bonus tip for this. Treat your new training or resource or credential like a muscle, and you don't want it to atrophy, so you have to use it every day. So start incorporating the new learning that you've accomplished or whatever you've asked from the company for your workplace into your daily routine. For me, when I received my first project management certification, I actually came back and implement the project management organizational skills into my work, and I received an additional promotion for that. I also received my bigger promotion by getting the certification, but I started implementing it into my work, and that enabled me to receive 4 more promotions down the line just by slightly incorporating it. So let me give a recap on the 7 steps of how you can be more assertive and get what you want. First, have a proposal. Second, have a rebuttal or backup response. Third, have patience. 4, periodically check up. 5, prepare to have some patience during the wait. 6, have a post-training approval action plan when you do receive the funds or the money or resource. And number 7, have an after action plan once you complete the training, receive the money, or any other type of resource. So I hope that these 7 steps give you the confidence and the clarity and some type of plan on how to be more assertive when asking what you want. My name is Carla R. Jenkins. You can get in contact with me at info@carlarjenkins.com or carlarjenkins.com. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.